presentation presented from Ms. Ketevan KUPATADZE. She speaks about teaching natural drinking systems to increasing its popularity.
Yes, good evening everyone. I'm from Georgia, Tbilisi, Ilia State University, and I'm going to talk about the title. You can see teaching a natural treatment system to increasing its popularity. Environmental education is vital in the 21st century, and it should be underlined that future ecologists and biologists need such education, as well as those students and school students who are not going to choose this profession. Issue can be taught in three levels. With the school pupils, we are talking about this issue at scientific popular level. Such lectures are held at Ilia State University in two types of projects. First is the New Enlightenment, and the second is Science Cafe. And during these lectures, the most important didactic principles are such as dose material supply, realization the principle of comparability, and intersubject links. On this slide, you can see some pictures from the project, the New Enlightenment, and you can see the big activity from school pupils. And this is the second project, the Scientific Cafe, also with big activity of students, university students, and school students. In this kind of lecture, we are talking in popular, scientific popular language. For what kind of pollution is used, the NTS types, and what are the advantages compared to conventional treatment systems. This is most important things to give them this information. Of course, in that kind of lecture, we escape to describe some chemical and biological mechanism how to process in NTS systems. I already mentioned the realization, the principle of comprehensibility. And this means anti-slideshow types, video inserts, slides about countries with experience. For example, I use most often experience of Greece, Turkey, and Armenia, because in Georgia we don't have any experience of using NTS. And why I choose exactly these countries? Because they are a neighboring area of Georgia, and sharing experience from neighboring countries is always more interesting, in my opinion. For a school auditorium on this popular level, it's very interesting to make some linkage. Of course, NTS can be linked with ecological chemistry, with biology, with chemistry, but it's very important to give them to catch their interest, unexpected intersubject links, and most often it's work very well the information about from history of chemistry. For example, from the history of chemistry, we can mention Lavoisier, who has done the analysis of water. Also, they like very much information about some monarch, some kings who interested in chemistry, and especially I try to give them some information about kings who was interested in water and who was themselves trying to make some purification of water. For example, this is Philip II, King of Spain, who was interested in alchemy, in gold in first place, and he established in his court the Alchemy Academy, but also the first methodology of purification water is belonged to Philip II. He tried to make some purification and make distilled water. And this is Georgian king Vakhtang VI reigned in Georgia in the 18th century. This is a period where alchemy is already condemned by Robert Boyle, and chemistry was announced as true science. He did not interested in making gold. He interested only in chemistry, and this is a picture from a book about chemistry, the first book written in Georgia by Vakhtang VI, the book of mixing oils and making chemistry. And this is he gathered together some type of methodology, some kind of methodology how to prepare some kind of mixture, oils and so on. And here, among other methodology, he mentioned treatment of water by plants from different techniques. Of course, he does not mention wetland and entails, but he underlined that water can be cleaned by plants. So we can assume that the king may have meant the wetland plants as well. So in this presentation, I have author from Turkey, and we try to find also information about some sultans who was interested in water and in chemistry. But we found only information about Sultan Mehmed II, who did not participate in investigation himself, but he gave quite big financial support to chemists to make from new metal alloys a new cannon. He did not interested in water purification, but also for unexpected inter-subject leaks is also good information. It's will be nice. We can have a nice result from field excursion of the place of the natural treatment system. So school students can be involved in science and in question to teach natural treatment system on the places. For example, in Turkey, in Greece, in any other countries where they have such type of experience, they can give school students and use this methodology on the place. And here I have two pictures from the village of Valide Korpu. This is in Turkey, and gives a wastewater treatment system, so they can do experience like this. We use different methodology for introductory courses. Students at Ilia State University, this type of courses are undergone by the first year students who have not chosen their specialty yet. The course is also taught on a popular level, but using more scientific principles. The name of this course is Water, the Basis of Life, and is dedicated to water, but 2 or 3 lectures is dedicated to natural treatment system. What type of chemical agent can be from what type of chemical agent can be purified water, what is the methodology, and so on. Also, there are some other courses at Ilia State University. To the student of biology and ecology specialization, noted issues are taught using slightly different angle and different methods. The course is taught with methodology based on inquiry-based learning, and as one of the research areas, students are offered water. And students bring water from different regions of Georgia, mainly from where they are from, and analysis in the laboratory. On this slide you can see pictures from a working process, and this last picture you can see they after have discussion. So I want to again repeat that we haven't any experience using ATS in Georgia, but they have information, theoretical knowledge. So after analyzes the water, they can discuss in which type of NTS, which type of constructed wetlands, what type of hybrid systems can be purifying this type of water. Also, there's a elective course, field hydrobiology and ecological chemistry for future ecologists, where water pollution and its treatment with the natural treatment system has dedicated a little more time, and directly mechanism of action are discussed. Also, we have at Ilia State University a specialization of tourism management, and they have mandatory course ecotourism. And also in scope of this course, we gave to them some information about NTS. Also, a very interesting information about zoos, because including zoos in touristic route will also be very good, as the world experience shows that constructed wetlands are effectively used in zoos. Here is another priority. It is also a habitat for wetland birds. Also in tourist routes can be included those protected area where constructed wetlands exist, and on its example introduce visitors habitual plants of wetlands. And as conclusion, we did some deductive experience among some inquiry, some questionnaires among students of introductory courses and tourism management. And the data of deductive experiments revealed that most of the students did not know about natural treatment systems. After completion of the course, they received information and formed certain idea about priority of this type of systems. The aim of the works conducted by us was exactly this, spreading information in tomorrow country society. Apart from that, the methodology used in teaching gives effective result. And before ending, I want to show you one picture. This picture sent me one school student after she attended a few scientific popular lecture, and after that she sent to me this picture. She did this picture herself by special chemical substances. You can see this picture. This is written in Georgia. I love chemistry. Chemistry in Georgia is not favorite subject, and this is a problem. And I think this is not a problem only in Georgia. This is a problem in other many countries also. And why they did not why they did not love chemistry, and why I mentioned chemistry, because environmental problem and NTS among them is related with chemistry. They did not like it, they did not love, because they can't understand, and they think that this is a boring subject and not related with everyday life. So if they, after such type of education, such type of scientific popular courses and lectures, understand something, they will be informed about most hazardous chemical agent and how to protect the environment, how to protect water, how to protect their life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor KUPATADZE. Is any question? Also in Greece.
Sorry?
Also in Greece, our students don't love the.
Don't. Yes, this is a common problem.
It's a
Unfortunately,
common problem.
yes.
It's a common problem. So.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.